We wake up in a cage with our brother and some random Mohawk bloke screaming at us, which isn't too far off what happens to most Aussies in Bali. He gives us a very mean talking to and says,
Guys, you thought you had your finger on the pussy trigger, but hermano.
I've got no clue what the fuck he's talking about, but it does sound kind of hot. He's also got little strands of hair growing under his scar, which make him go from a scary fella to someone that everyone points and laughs at. Our brother unties his hands and gets us to call the guard over. Now, I'm no observant bloke myself, but this cunt has got to be the most incompetent, deaf, stupid idiot guard ever. He comes over and dies after 3 little love taps from our brother, and then we escape. I walk up to some more dudes, and they don't even notice the smell of my unwashed, sweaty gamer pits. I head off and find some booger sugar by the ton. If Grant and I could just take some of this with us, we wouldn't have any dramas for the rest of our lives. We find a guard blocking our way, and I throw a rock at a nearby wall and watch as this guy stumbles over there, like me spotting the kebab van at 4 AM on a Sunday morning after a big night on the piss. We crawl through, and our brother cross-map tomahawks this cunt in the neck, to which we have a nervous breakdown to. I give him a quick tea bag, and we head through into a field of the devil's lettuce. You know, this joint doesn't seem too bad at all. They can kidnap me any day. But my pansy brother insists on escaping, so I follow him through. After escaping, we make the amazing decision to read the map and yell at each other, a whole B-stick away from the camp full of sadistic psychopaths with AK-47s that we just escaped from. And it costs Grant his ability to exist, as he takes one for the team. Mr. Mohawk Man decides that he's going to let me try and escape, so we hit legs off into the forest. After a short run, we fall off a cliff and definitely survive that. After another short run, we say hello to Winnie the Pooh, and then this guy ambushes us. Luckily for me, he's got spaghetti arms, and I throat fuck him in an unusual way. We run across a bridge, and it collapses, forcing us to fall into the river below. Somehow, we wake up to a guy giving us a tattoo, which I would take gladly any day. That shit ain't cheap. We walk outside and find some folks doing the stanky leg, and Dennis shows us the women around the town. Not bad at all, Dennis. He gives us money for a weapon, but my priorities are on the women. They point and laugh at me, so I take some photos for the spank bank and go and grab my weapon. Dennis walks incredibly slow, and I'm quite sad over my brother dying in my arms. So I try and get a piggyback ride from him, to no avail. Fuck you, Dennis. I'm incredibly sensitive at the moment, and the least you could have done for me is given me a piggyback ride. So I let him know that he should have been left on his mother's chin by doming him a couple of times. He must have a thick head, because he hardly reacts. I make my way to the radio tower and find a sneaky little snake, which swallows a bullet with its forehead. I climb the dog and give this little box a smack and a switch, which unlocks the map for us. We zipline back down to Dennis, and he tells us to go kill some boars, which is what any normal person would do after escaping almost inevitable death and watching our brother die while all of our friends and girlfriend are still missing in a foreign country controlled by angry fucking pirates. I grab a car and, like the true blue Aussie I am, immediately start skidding. Then I go for a little off-road sesh before finding the boars. I take some shots and then watch as this one yeets itself into the river. I take out another boar and skin it before I spot Callum the crocodile. He doesn't attack me until I get too close, and then he goes for a little nibble. Silly bugger doesn't know that they don't call me Cobb the crocodile hunter for no reason. I grab the plants that old mate wants and head back to the town. I play tag with one of the locals and then go talk to Dennis again before the phone we grabbed rings, and I once again realise how stupid these fucking pirates are. They tell us they're taking our girlfriend to an outpost and then realise that we aren't their friend.
What the hell?
Dennis tells us to hop in, and I realise that this thing's got more rust on it than the fucking Titanic. And Dennis is absolutely raw dogging it. What a trooper. We hop in the tetanus mobile and make our way to the outpost. I let Lisa know I'm coming.
Lisa, I'm coming.
Which is an odd time to be saying that, and take out these blokes, which don't put up much of a fight. We head into the main building and Lisa isn't there. That's not good at all.
One of your friends at the colonist's house.
Dennis tells us our friend is at a doctor's house and that the tribe is very impressed with us. Like our character would give a single fuck about some third world country's natives who have taken our entire group captive and killed 2 of them. While driving around, I spot this fella who wants me to race for him, so I hop on his quad bike and go for a spin. I'm a whole 10 feet away from the finish line when this dumb fuck runs out from up behind a bush, killing himself and making me do a fucking barrel roll, ultimately leading to me not finishing the race. So I restart and then finish the race with minor casualties to the local natives and wildlife. I spot some of the pirates and have a staring contest with them before they decide that they want to kill me. Then I play Ring Around the Rosie with this bloke until we flip our bike. Some more pirates show up and we end up taking a shotgun bullet straight to the forehead. It's a good thing there's no consequences for dying in this game. We spawn back in and I find some goats, which I can use to unlock a weapon slot. Very cool. I leave the scene because I'm getting shot at from every direction imaginable, and then play chicken with a local before finding myself doing some more off-roading and ending up at another camp. I drive right in like I own the joint and take them out like I took your mother out for a lovely dinner and a quickie in the car park last week. I find a sick doom buggy and I decide that it's probably time to go make sure my friend's alright. So I go to the radio tower and unlock that part of the map. But all of the zip lines head to the other side of the fucking continent and I want my doom buggy back. So I make a leap for the water and instead break every bone in my body. Luckily, we respawn with the doom buggy still there. While driving to the doctor's house, I spot another outpost, and same as before, without thinking, I drive right in, guns blazing, and make an absolute fool out of these pirates. That's what a Master Prestige on Black Ops 2 looks like, ladies and gentlemen. I leave quickly and find a little poker joint, which is absolutely perfect for me. I'll have you know that I'm a professional poker player, and I'll give you a tip on how to win almost every single time. The strategy goes like this. Look at your hand like you know what the fuck you're talking about, and then just go all in. Needless to say, I walked out of the bar with absolutely zero money remaining. With that little charade done, I finally make my way to my friend at the doctor's house after being seemingly unbothered for the better part of a week, and this guy has been cooking up some serious shit, and I'm starting to question what they consider a doctor in this country.
Anything you fancy?
He's also got a massive, high-definition mole on his fucking forehead, which is quite unsettling. We find our friend, and the doctor tells us that she's injured and that we have to find some magic cave mushies to help save her life. So, we do some sick ziplining down this dude's mountain and find ourselves diving into the ocean in search of this cave. We find it pretty easily, and after a little bit of searching, we get shot in the face with some gas that I'm sure isn't poisonous and definitely won't cause cancer in 20 years' time. After going through space and time for a couple of minutes, I somehow find the mushrooms without dying and take the smallest one of them all. I hope this is enough to save my friend because I'm not going through all that shit again. We get back to Daisy and she's awake. We have generic chit chat and I tell her that her boyfriend got fucking domed right in front of me. The doctor comes in and we ask if he can house our friends, to which he says no. And then Daisy chimes in and the doctor calls her Agnes.
Agnes.
And he quickly, what the fuck? And he quickly rethinks his stance. And that, kids, is why you don't get high off your own supply. And on that note, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. And if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks, legends. Have a good one.